Today is the day. Oh, we've been waiting so long for this. We've been waiting so long for some NBA 2K footage, NBA 2K16 footage, and here it is. Finally, 2K says you may see the masterpiece we have worked on, and oh my, are you in for a treat. Now, I'm going to put on the screen a marker because I have about 19 to 20 minutes of just straight unadulterated gameplay. Broadcast cam, 2K cam with some different additions in there. If you want to just watch that, forget this guy's opinions, I'll make my own opinions. You can skip to that marker and just watch the stuff straight through. But if you're interested in getting some of my points of view on this thing, I've got some things that the developers have told me, some really cool mechanics that you don't necessarily see just with the naked eye. You kind of got to really pay attention for it. So I'm going to discuss some of those things now. But everybody get ready. It's time for that NBA 2K16 gameplay hotness. This first piece of gameplay 5v5 footage, broadcast cam, which is my favorite, as you know. It's the Grizzlies, who are controlled by the CPU, and the Bulls, controlled by the user. And I'm going to just throw a shot in the dark guess that the user is going to be Mike Wang here, because he loves the Bulls. And right off the bat, he goes into Pau Gasol, and you see this really nice post-up. He's holding the trigger, left trigger to post up, and he does this little fadeaway into the paint. A real nice fadeaway that Pau Gasol has. Mike Wang specifically told me to try that move myself because it looks like that's one of Pau's kind of go-to moves, that little fadeaway. It clears a lot of space for him. Now here you see Noah committing a foul against Gasol. Noah reaches and jumps and hits him mid-jump shot, which you don't usually see a whole lot of jump shot fouls. Seems like that's going to be more frequent this year. Also, if you look closely, you can see the little green meter underneath the defender. That little green meter means that you're in a contesting position. That means you're where you probably would want to be. Unless you're against somebody real fast, maybe you'd want to back off. But that green meter is going to be something to pay very close attention to while you're on defense. Now with this Marc Gasol free throw, you can hopefully see it. I know that I could sure feel it when I was playing, but hopefully you can see there's a little bit of a tweak, a little bit of a change with the ball to rim physics. It maybe feels to me, it's hard to put my finger on it exactly, but it maybe feels like the ball's a little bit smaller, the hoop is a little bit bigger. But I also felt like the ball maybe came off the rim a little bit harder, which may make rebounding a little bit more of a game that you got to kind of judge. Where's the ball going to come off? Now you'll notice here as Rose brings the ball up, he's trying to get to his spot for when they call the play. He's trying to get to the spot. And in 2K15, I remember having such a hard time getting onto that spot because your guy would float. He would float this way and he'd float this way, and there was animations all over the place. And if you notice, he's getting right on to the spot that he needs to get to. You'll see that a lot through this video. You'll see a lot of the players getting to exactly where they need to be, and the controls being a whole lot tighter. Now Jimmy Butler shooting a free throw here. If you look closely, you can see the Stance socks. They've got a deal worked out with Stance, who's official sock provider or something for the NBA. But you can see that there's tons of detail in the socks this year, which is kind of a cool little feature, one of those accessory features that I think a lot of people really like.
And it's Carter missing. Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
If you listen closely, you can hear Greg Anthony's joined the team, replacing Steve Kerr. So he's there along with Clark Kellogg and Kevin Harlan. I like his voice a lot, actually. He's got kind of a deep, gravelly voice. He sounds really nice and just flows really well with the team. As far as all the commentary is concerned, they do a great job. Now here you can see Derrick Rose kind of just walking the ball up, just trotting the ball up. And hopefully you can tell, I remember from playing that there is just a lot of control when you're walking that ball up. You're not getting tossed all over the place and trying to re-control them from doing an over and back or going out of bounds. So that walk the ball up animation is really nice. Now you see a little bit of a back and forth with Powell going up against Randolph. And this is very interesting because you see Randolph is pushing, and Powell can't get any space on him. He can't back him down because look at Randolph. He's huge. So you can't back him down. The weight of Randolph is really preventing Powell from getting in there, which is very realistic. Now lastly, check this out. Look at what's going on with the CPU off ball. There's so much movement right now. They're moving all over the court. They're setting screens, they're cutting, they dish out, they find the open man. There's so much off ball movement. That's the first thing you're going to notice in this game, is that these players are moving. The CPU is moving. The AI is smart. They're setting screens, they're making cuts, they're making back cuts. It's going to be really easy to play this game without running set plays. You can just go and run little pick and rolls and just let your other guys off ball make some moves. And as long as you're keeping your eye out for somebody getting open, you can score fairly easily. Oh, you 2K cam lovers, you're going to love this one. Here's a little bit of footage with the 2K cam. And if I didn't mention this earlier, this is not me playing. This is somebody from 2K has played and sent me this footage. So I appreciate them for doing that. But here's a little bit of 2K cam footage. You can see right off the bat CP3's size. Check him out. CP3 is a little beefier this year. He's not just a little scrawny guy, which he has been in games past. And in real life, he's kind of a bigger dude. So those body scans showing up right there. Now here's a very interesting play with JJ Redick. As we know, JJ Redick's a fairly good defender. And you can see him guarding Harden here, and he's sticking with Harden, and that green indicator underneath is showing that. And as he kind of loses him, he's able to recover because he gets back in position and he gets the block. Now, we know in 2K15, if you lose your guy, there's no recovering, there's no getting back. And I felt this myself when I played a lot. I was able to recover. I'd lose my guy. He might make a move, I'd lose him, but I could try to make a cut, make the right angle to get back and potentially get a block, get a steal, at least give it in position. So this is a great example of that. Now here's something that may be a little controversial with some of you. I don't know. You might find some flaws with this. You may be able to justify this. But check Griffin out. He gets this rebound and instantly outlets the ball. He doesn't get stuck in a rebound animation, try to get his feet planted, turn around. Now several seconds have gone by. The defense is in position and pass it out. No, he gets the ball, turns around, bam, gets the outlet pass. Now, he goes down court. They're running down court, and you see he gets the alley-oop. He gets that alley-oop. He's going at Lawson. So I think that's a smart play. He's using you double tap triangle or double tap Y to throw an alley-oop this year. He's going right at Lawson. So that makes sense. What I don't like seeing here is Dwight Howard. And Dwight Howard just seems like he's lost, that's going to be a problem in video games, I think. It's just one of those little things. Not the AI is much smarter this year, but it's not going to be flawless. This might be an example of Dwight Howard kind of being a little oblivious to what's going on. In real life, I kind of imagine in a transition play like that, he'd have his head turned around and he'd be able to jump up and swat that ball. But in this case, Griffin gets the alley-oop, throws it down right on top of Lawson with Dwight trailing behind. Here's an example of the new screen mechanics on defense. Now you see Josh Smith. He kind of shows on this screen. He doesn't come way up. There's so many different things you can do on these screens as far as defenders. You'll see maybe they'll switch instantly, or maybe they'll force you to push through. Here, Josh Smith kind of shows to just say, hey, I'm here, try to stop the offensive player from going right to the basket, but then quickly gets back to his guy. That's an example of one of the different defensive mechanics for pick and rolls in the game. Now here you get an example on the offensive end of Josh Smith and CP3 running a little screen and roll. Now as Josh Smith runs to set the screen, you can see above him there's the R1 to roll and R2 to fade. That's going to be right bumper and right trigger for Xbox. Now you can set, is he going to roll or is he going to fade? Looking at this again, I'm not 100% if that icon means fade. It may mean that if you hit that, I didn't get to play with this myself, but if you hit that you could potentially pick the side, because I know the devs talked about being able to pick the side that the player is going to screen on. So it could be that, I'm not sure, but either way, there are some different pick and roll mechanics there. Speaking of pick and rolls, you see Stevenson just get blasted. This is a new animation, I think. He gets hit with a really, really hard screen, and he kind of falls back. Then you hear the commentators kind of talking about what a hard screen that was and what a solid screen it was.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And here's something really, really nice to see. You see Brewer jumping into the passing lane. He's not sitting in the passing lane, which was something from last year, where a player, the CPU would kind of sit in the passing lane. If you pass that way, they'd kind of jump out and get it. Here, he's sagging back, and he jumps out into the passing lane to grab that ball, knock it away, and get the fast break started. Also, you can see as soon as he gets that ball, he's not bobbling it, he's not fumbling it, he's not stuck in an animation. He gets that ball, he secures it, and then dishes it out for a quick, easy transition basket. That's going to be huge because this transition play went in seconds. Before, a transition play would take 5 seconds maybe. This one just 1, 2, 3, done. So the transition game is going to be a lot quicker now with these when you not getting stuck in animations. I think it's going to flow a lot better. Oh my gosh, what Jamal Crawford does to Beverly right here is ridiculous. Now we all know Jamal Crawford got moves, right? He does his patented between the legs, behind the back, beats Beverly and gets to the basket for the foul. But this move was unbelievable, and you can see how Beverly kind of freezes in his tracks. I don't know if the defender, if you're the defender there, I don't know if you would freeze and your player would have a hard time getting past that. But that move, that's one of those signature moves that got Crawford to the basket there. Speaking of Crawford, check him out right here. He shoots this shot top of the key, holds his hand out, and kind of gives like a confident release, which is a newer animation in the game. Didn't see a whole lot of that last year, and that's actually an indicator. It's not a green release, but it's an indicator for you that that player has actually shot a high percentage shot, and the chances of it going in are high. So that's really nice. You get this visual feedback that you did something right. And then last but not least, you see CP3 with a quick rebound here, turns, gets in transition really quick, dishes it out to Wesley Johnson, gets the dunk, beautiful dunk, nice animation. But that again is an example of that quick transition play, which the Clippers like to play a lot. And then at the end, you see Crawford put his arm around Johnson, kind of a cool little animation at the end there. Now there are 3 more teams that go at it in this video. Golden State versus Cleveland in Golden State, Oklahoma City against New Orleans, and Chicago versus Memphis, this time in Memphis. So you get a look at a lot of different things. Those of you that are really into accessories and visuals, you see different courts, different accessories, different players, how their scans were. So you get a really good look at all that stuff. There's a lot of other mechanics and stuff, but I feel like this video would end up being hours long if I broke down every little thing that I saw. Now, I did do a live stream, a 2-hour live stream, and explained a lot of different things. So if you are craving more, you can go on my channel. You can check that out and see all those things. But I'm going to get out of your head now. I'm just going to let the 5v5 gameplay run all the way through. The clips that they sent me, I'm going to have it go all the way through. You can listen to the commentary straight. You can see it all uncut and judge it all for yourself. But keep in mind all those things I mentioned. Try to pick them out in the gameplay if you can. It's going to be a really exciting year for NBA 2K16. So if you enjoyed, leave a like on this video for me. I'd very much appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new or if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm going to have a lot more 2K16 stuff coming your way. But I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let you relax. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and we'll see you soon.
They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here's Gasol. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Lee passes to Conley. To the middle, looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Turnaround Jay. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Gasol hits them both. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Woo. Info and entertainment.
Oh. Now here's Lee. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Randolph. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. So it'll be Jimmy Butler shooting. Michael Conley picks one up.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA.
Lee kicks to Conley. He dishes it to Randolph. Back to Conley. Out to Lee. Memphis moving it around. Green, the screen. And it's Carter missing.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
Now here's Rose. The dish to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And he gets it to go. And now just a 4-point Memphis lead.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this.
Randolph, that's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession?
Here's Rose. Outside Gasol. Back to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Dunleavy. The rebound by Jeff Green.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Picked by Randolph. Lee kicks to Carter. Conley left side. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Rose against Conley. Rose dishes to Butler. He kicks it to Gasol. No block shot. And it's Chicago scoring again. The feed to Pierce. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. It's good from long range. Paul's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Lawson outside. Harden sets the big for Lawson, and the pass to Harden. It's tipped. Ariza against Paul. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and Griffin slams it in.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
No doubt about it, unless you're the donkey. Because if you're the dunker, it's great. I don't necessarily appreciate somebody slamming one on the top of my head.
Well, you got to get out from under the hoop if you want to stay away, if you want to stay out of the poster. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
To end the run, no good from Howard.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Paul kicks to Redick from 10 feet out. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Redick's got his first points of the night. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Now here's Jones. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. Ball against Beverly. Screen by Smith. Paul dishes to Smith, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And nice job again. That time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat.
Ariza with the bucket.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Paul. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Back to Crawford. Brewer with the steal. Here's Beverly. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's going to be Lance Stevenson. The Rockets shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Paul passes to Stevenson. Wants to get it to Crawford and does. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First trip to the line for him here. No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer, and Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Harden against Crawford. Harden kicks to Moniunas. That one wide left.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
If you look, that's not possible anymore, but clearly this is an elite team.
Without question. I mean, their expectations may have been a little outsized, but this is a terrific team, and even that doesn't mean you'll win every game.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the 1.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo, but he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set, and you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
And talking about Iman Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly, but as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward.
2 shots. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of this game, and he makes the first.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Both shots good from the stripe. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar. Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And, guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Now here's Curry. Over to the left wing. James against Barnes. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. Irving passes to Love. There's the screen, picked by Mozgov. Shumpert gets a wide-open look. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's the Warriors with the ball. It's a 3-point game. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks. Outside Curry. Pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Curry dishes to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got his first 3 points of the game. Irving against Curry. There's the feed to James.
In the conference, guys. We'll see what happens.
Evans against Westbrook. Pass to Durant. And Davis sends it back. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Gordon.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Westbrook passes to Ibaka. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Westbrook against Evans. 6 to shoot, and it's Westbrook missing.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example #1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
The dish to Durant. Screened by Ibaka. They set the pick. Freed up. Nice work off the pick. And that's now 7 points for Kevin Durant.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And it's Drew Holiday in for Tyreke Evans. And then for Oklahoma City, Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Andre Robertson. Holiday dishes to Ajinça. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
Holiday against Augustine. Collison with a screen on Holiday. There's a good screen. Over to the wing. Collison with the screen for Westbrook. They get it back. Second chance shot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Oklahoma City.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
That's good from Collison. And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
You know, on the topic of Nick Collison's shooting, last season was his only real setback. Only shot 42% after having a career 54% shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
Good on the second free throw.
And when you talk about Nick Collison, every team needs someone like him. He's focused, unselfish. He's that hard-nosed big with just enough skill to bite you when you forget about it.
Cantor sets the pick for Durant. Good on the triple. Durant's got 10 points.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Holiday, here's the screen to the inside. Ajinça, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And Augustine kicks to Collison. Cantor sets the pick for Waiters. Oklahoma City moving it around. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Chicago right now, Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 slot. Now here's Lee, following the miss by Derrick Rose. And Randolph throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
On defense, Memphis. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Butler attacking, and the layup's good off the glass.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Memphis with the ball. Jeff Green on the wing, defended by Dunleavy. Green kicks to Randolph. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the screen, and again it's Zach Randolph. Randolph's got his second bucket of the night.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Dunleavy. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Inside, the 11-footer. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Randolph.
Now that your career is progressing and your brand is growing, you will be challenged with managing increasing demands off the court. In between games, you'll have decisions to make on how to spend your off days. Will you refine your skill on the court and work on increasing your attributes in live practices?